Hi, Dad.
Hi, Jordana. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon.
Oh, it's gorgeous out, and so glad to be here talking about another Hallmark movie.
Oh, was it exciting last night? The Hallmark movie of Saturday night made us think, and it introduced us to culture and activities that we've not thought about in the past.
Yeah, and this one was called It's Never Too Late to Celebrate, which, we
Yes.
didn't at first know what it was actually about, but when you think about it, it was such a catchy title for what
Yes.
this truly was about, which was a 30-year-old who never had a quinceanera. And so
Yes.
she was going to have a double one.
Well, a lot of us are not familiar with the tradition of the quinceanera and what it means to a large community, the Latin American community that lives in America. And it was wonderful to watch and to appreciate their culture and also to include a love story as a way of introducing us to this culture.
Yeah, this was a fun one because it also talked about immigrants and about how every immigrant family thought differently when they came over. And some families really wanted to really Americanize and not, they wanted their children to really become more Americanized as they grew up. So in her traditions, the love interest was surprised that she never had a quinceañera, and her parents didn't want her because her father, who was the Mexican gentleman who came over, married an American woman, and she said he acclimated very quickly, and they wanted her to be raised with American traditions.
Well, you remember that except for the Native Americans, all of us come from immigrants. All our relatives came from other countries, no matter who lives here now.
Yeah.
We were immigrants, our families were immigrants, and we could see this evolution in this Hallmark play.
It was beautifully done, I thought, because it was very well shown. It through these two different characters played out, because one was a traditional, raised in a very ethnic area, and does all the traditions as they are, and then another one
Yes.
who is from a mixed family of cultural identities, and she was brought up differently, but then they were able to uniquely kind of, just like America, be a melting pot and be able to
Well,
see the traditions.
And what complemented Hallmark so much is that the female and male leads had such passion for each other, and the passion came through the movie, and we could feel the passion. And then we found that these particular actors, the male and female leads, actually are married to each other, and they have a growing family and raising children, and so their passions were real,
Yes.
and you could feel it.
You could see the fireworks, and Alexa and Carlos Penavega are their names, and they've been actually in Hallmark movies together prior. So this was fun to see them again on screen
Oh,
together.
they were wonderful, but they've been actors for many, many years.
Correct. But I think Carlos started on Nickelodeon, and Alexa was a spy girl. She started years ago.
Oh, they were wonderful.
They were fun, and they're fun to watch, and I'm glad they brought them in for this one, because they do have great chemistry. And
Yes.
Carlos, who plays Javi, he is in a singing group now, and a boy band again with his from his youth,
Yes.
and he actually was singing in it, which was fun, I thought.
Oh, it was very, very well presented.
And Camille got to show off her dancing, and I think she was one time on Dancing with the Stars.
Hallmark really put this presentation with wonderful actors and actresses, and they brought to us traditions like the quinceañera, and we learned that this is what a 15-year-old young girl of Spanish origin, Latin American origin, has, and it's a party, a coming out, a debutante party, where they dress up. They have first a religious mass in the morning, and then they dress up in their fancy formal attire, and they have a designated accompanier, a chambellan, and that's a family friend, an uncle, a relative, and we learned all about that tradition. Oh, it was wonderful. But I also learned that each of the Latin American countries is different. The people that live in Argentina and Brazil celebrate, but they have a little bit of different tradition. People in Cuba and in Mexico and Guatemala and Nicaragua, they also celebrate the quinceañera, and their traditions are a little bit different.
And I love that this showed our main actress, Camelia is her name, who the part, and showed her going to her first quinceañera and really diving in and seeing what the experience was. And then we got to see the niece of Javi do their dance. They do a first dance, how the court walks in.
Yes.
It was so much fun how they showed they can be really extravagant with the food. And then it showed Cami and Javi planning her quinceañera. And that was fun, like choosing the food and the dress and going to a traditional one. And it was so much fun, and doing the dancing lessons. I love that Hallmark really is embracing the different cultures we have here in the United States and all over the world, because this is not just here in the United States, but anywhere around the world can really love
Hallmark
this movie.
Is not only showing us that love can occur in any tradition and can occur in any group of people of different ideas, but it shows the diversity of love in America.
Yeah.
And each of these groups celebrate, and we celebrate the diversity of America. And we watched it in, full their love right in front of us. It was just marvelous.
Right, and it took back, like, we learned. It was just fun watching how it kind of blossomed, where he was teaching adult Spanish, and she just kind of like made a little old fortune teller thing, and she asked him on a date. Like, it was just so many cute little things in it that I thought Hallmark really did so many fun things in it. And I really loved it.
It makes you think, and it makes you go and look up on Google to see what these traditions are, if they're foreign to your particular lifestyle. But these traditions are very similar. The Muslims have a tradition of taklif, where they celebrate the puberty and the maturity of their young adults. This tradition is in the Jewish religion with the bar mitzvahs and the bat mitzvahs, the debutante balls, where the young women have a formal festivity. It's throughout the world.
And even just a Sweet 16, because this is 15.
Yes.
I mean, there used to be an MTV show with these extravagant Sweet 16s, and it just reminds me of watching that show where, I mean, these dresses and the parties and the money people throw out at these things.
But
crazy.
Hallmark made us think, and we relish Hallmark, and every week they bring us another love.
So much love.
And also they bring us more traditions and more of what's happening in our own country.
Yeah.
And we get to see now what's happening next week.
So next week is a fun one, Dad. I'm actually really excited for this one. We are going to Napa Valley for Napa Ever After. There's a wine country. It looks like someone's inheriting a wine, a vineyard. So it looks like it's going to be fun. And one of our favorite actors, Colin Lawrence.
Oh, he's terrific.
He is from one of our favorite shows, Virgin River, which is coming back September 7th on Netflix. And we may do a series on Virgin River, because this is our favorite. Season 5 is starting September 7th.
This is a wonderful actor, and I'm sure Hallmark has gotten an actress who is of equal quality, and they're going to present for us something that's happening in wine country, the Napa Valley of California.
Napa Ever After, and Preacher from Virgin Rivers is the lead actor in it. And
I'm looking forward to it.
It looks amazing. We saw 2 weeks, because they've been showing sneak peeks of this one 2 weeks in a row, and we've been having our eye on it. When we first saw Preacher, we said, this is a must-see.
Yes. So next week, we're going to look at Hallmark. We're going to go to wine country, the Napa Valley, and we're going to reunite with one of our favorites.
Yes.
Preach.
So excited. So everybody, we'll see you next week.
Bring with you a little bottle of wine.
Yes.
And we'll be able to enjoy, and maybe some wonderful cheese.
Yes. And this one, if you haven't seen, It's Too Late to Celebrate, it's a definite must-see. What's your tier scale for this one?
This was a 5-tier.
Yeah,
I thought the actor and actress, albeit they are married, presented such a wonderful love story, and also gave us an introduction to a wonderful tradition, the quinceanera.
So much fun. I agree with you on this one. This one is a not to be missed.
Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you in the Napa Valley.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.